Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Lester. I've been selling on Amazon FBA for 3 years now after quitting my 9-to-5 job. And throughout that time, I've sold over $2 million in total sales. So today I'm gonna share some of those key strategies that I've used to get to that level, starting with the most important part, and that is product research using the wholesale method. Because if you're starting out, you might be asking, what products do I sell? How do I know if these products are going to be profitable? And these are definitely valid questions because I had those same questions myself before I even started Amazon FBA. What I found out that instead of creating your own product from scratch with all the headache, you can actually resell popular name brand products such as Stanley Cups, Nike, Lego, Roku TV, and these products already have customers looking for them, which makes it awesome. But most importantly, it's going to lower your risk. So by the end of this video, you will know how to research profitable products for wholesale so that way you can succeed starting your Amazon FBA business. So let's get started. Part 1, win before you even start. Yes, Amazon FBA can be overwhelming, especially when you start, and it can feel like you've been dropped off in the middle of the forest and you have to find your way back home without a map or a phone in the middle of the dark. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is, which products do you buy, or how do you even find these products to buy to make sure you are making money? The secret here in gaining a serious edge before, starting your Amazon FBA is really understanding the Amazon power play. So basically the Amazon power play is you have to understand the two key metrics. Basically, the first one is the bestseller rank and how many times it sells per month. So mastering these two things is really powerful and is going to allow you to win before you even start. And if I was to start Amazon FBA all over again, I would spend 90% of my time mastering these two things. So let's take a look at this product right here. So as you can see right here, I'm using the software called Seller Amp, which pretty much a cheat sheet because it shows me the two metrics that we are going to be looking for, the sales rank and how many times it sells per month. So as you can see right here, BSR stands for best seller rank. That's what the sales rank is, and it's 2000, and it's in the 1% buy box criteria. So think about like how many video games exist, right? Not like just for the PlayStation 4, but you have the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PC, so on and so forth. But this one is ranked 2000 and it sells over 346 per month estimatedly. So that is very good in terms of how many times it sells per month, in terms of the velocity. So we would want a product something like this because we know we're gonna win because it sells already. So we don't have to second guess ourselves. Is it gonna sell there or not? It just makes our job easier to just find a product like this, to find it cheap enough so that way we can sell at this price right here and still make money. So what you're gonna wanna be looking for in terms of the BSR is the lowest number possible, because a low BSR means a lot of sales each month. So those are one of the things that you want to remember, because you want products that sells fast and you don't want it to sit there for a long time, because the more you can flip your money, the faster you can grow it. And this is why you're paired up with the estimated sales, because you have an idea already how many times it sells per month. Again, all your job at that point is to see if you can find it cheap enough and still make profit. The reason for that is the velocity is going to really help you to turn your cash flow a lot. So that's why it's important to use softwares like Seller Amp or Keepa, because it allows you to have a preview if a product has a good sales rank or estimated sales. And again, it gives you the edge before you even, buy the product. Part 2 is finding reliable wholesale suppliers and distributors. So now that you have the knowledge on what to look for, let me show you step by step on how you can start looking for products. And my advice here to anyone, whoever's starting, is to lean into your interests, because that's going to give you such a huge advantage. So whether that's, pet categories, beauty, grocery, sports, like I like to play sports, so I know pretty much all the niche brands out there, especially for running. There's so many of them. But if you're into, if you have a dog, you might know certain dog brands out there, or, if you play video games a lot, like the example, you might know the new games that's coming out or what's been people that's wanting to play them. So just for the sake of example here, let's go ahead and find pet supplies. Okay, so you're gonna want to go to Google first and type in pet supplies wholesale distributors in your state, right? Like I'm located in Florida, so I'm gonna type in Florida, but if you're located, in New York, Texas, Idaho, wherever, just put in that at the end of it after, pet supplies wholesale distributor, or whatever category interested you in. It could be video games, it could be, grocery products, so on and so forth. Okay, so once you have the results right here, you can just go through one by one in terms of what you had come up with. So basically what we are doing here is looking for products that we can resell on Amazon using the wholesale method, because that's going to give us a lower price when we are purchasing in bulk. And not to mention, you can also, negotiate and stuff like that, which we're going to get into later in the video. So let's go ahead and just open up a bunch of tabs here. Okay, so we have Earth Pets for one of the websites here. And basically what you want to do first is, in order to make sure it's worth pursuing this further, is you want to make sure they're reliable. And what I mean by that is, like, they are a legitimate business. There's so many scams going around on the internet now. So what I like to do, at least, is to Google their address, right? Like, you'd be surprised what you can find. Like, from previous experience, by a simple Google search of their address, it was like a house in the middle of nowhere. Like, I mean, come on, like, So you want to make sure you just do a simple Google. So you just copy the address, search there, okay, and just do a street view. Just make sure, commercial space and stuff, and you can be surprised what you can find in terms of Google right here. Okay, so I mean, this looks like a plaza, commercial plaza. Okay, it's not really a warehouse. So it's not really a warehouse or anything. It's a commercial plaza right here, but it's saying that's their store and stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at maybe the brands they have available. So you can see all the brands that they carry right here, right? Like, you can see the pricing and stuff like that. So if you are, familiar with pets, especially if you have a dog, you might know some of these brands. So even if not, this could be lucrative, because a lot of people are having dogs or pets in general instead of having kids. So expensive nowadays, So that's basically how you would do it right here. If not, you can go back to the results here again, open up to the page. This one right here is pretty much a supplier list in Florida, like this one right here. It's called Pet Industry Distributors Association. So what it does is a list of other distributors all in one page. So this is probably what I would focus if you can land into something like this, because it gives you like a lot of listings and stuff. So here's the other page that we had open from the results. It's PETA, Pet Industry Distributors Association, which was right here, right? Just from the main page. So you can see, let's go ahead and take a look. So basically this is a list or a directory of all the wholesale, which is awesome. You don't have to go and look for them in Google. It's still good to verify them. So let's go ahead and just, I don't know, pick one, for example, like right here, Pet Palace Distribution. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look what they've got. Okay, so we're on the website here, Pet Palace. So again, you're gonna just want to do a quick due diligence, because you don't want to buy off like an inauthentic or fraudulent product and stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in. Guys, it might seem like you are stalking here or something in terms of that, but again, you're doing your due diligence. You want to make sure you protect it. Again, it takes a couple minutes. I mean, fast, Okay, boom, look at that. Pet Palace, or Pet Pallets. Okay, so they are out here, the Maryland, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, that clicks. They have a huge warehouse right here, so they're definitely a legitimate business just from that. Then I would just go to the brands itself. Then you can start searching what brands are out here that you want to sell on Amazon, right? You're gonna do some searching out here. These are all the brands. Let me see if I can recognize anything that I know of. I don't have a dog, but let me see. Sometimes I think I've heard of Bark, which is the top one here. So let's go ahead and, okay, so this is what they have for Bark. It looks like there's different toys and stuff. And you guys might notice here, it says log in to see pricing. So if you haven't done wholesale before, a lot of wholesale companies is going to require you to create or open up a wholesale account with them. So that's normally going to require a business LLC. So you're going to need that, and a reseller certificate. So that way you are tax exempt. You're not going to be paying tax, because Amazon is going to collect it on your behalf. But anyway, this is for another video. You just want to make sure you have those two things. It's really important when you're starting your business to have those, to make sure you look professional as well. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna need a login price and stuff. Let's go ahead and maybe go back to the actual list here. Okay, cool. All right, let's take a look at the this one right here. RJ Matthews. Okay, the website looks pretty similar, but again, do our due diligence here, you guys. Don't get lazy. Okay, proud to be one of the oldest animal health product distributors in the US. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and contact us. Let's go ahead and just Google their address real quick. Okay, cool. They are in Richville, Ohio. Go ahead and zoom in here. Okay, there you go. Robert J. Matthews Supplies. That looks pretty legit. I mean, this is a big warehouse too. Hometown Animal Health Store. Okay, cool. I mean, kind of matches. Health store. and stuff. Let's go back to their website. All right, guys, we're back on their website here, and we're just gonna look through, you know, the different pets and stuff. I don't know any of these, like beef cattle and sheep. We're not interested. Let's go look at dogs, right? Like, you know, just that way everyone can just follow along in terms of dogs. And let's see, let's type in like dog toys. You don't want to make it too complicated with all these sprays and stuff. Dog toys. You can even narrow with a brand here, you guys. You can see the different brands here. Okay, let's pick one. Okay, here we go. Rough dog. Let's click on that one. They look like chewable toys. Okay. Let's hit view all, see all the products they've got. All right. Okay, let's check this dog cube toy right here. Floats, crazy bounces. I'm sold. That'd be cool. All right, so again, same thing. Log in for pricing. So you guys can see you do need your LLC and tax exempt in order to do that. Then once you create an account, they're gonna send you basically the catalog or the inventory they have with the wholesale pricing. That's gonna be after, you know, finding like the initial products. If you are interested in the dogs here, for example. But if you just wanna make sure it sells on Amazon, you're gonna wanna just double check on these products here. Actually, Seller Amp has a cool tool that it does reverse finding for you, which is nice. Just to double check it's the right product, you're gonna want to just copy it right here, the UPC. That's basically the, you know, the universal barcode that all items have. So copy and paste, you can see it's the same UPC right here. So that just gives you your answer that they're the two same products. So Amazon has it listed for $29.92. So you guys can see right here, it says about 39 units per month. Nothing crazy, but it still has a good BSR in terms of like being in the dog category or pet category right here. So that's one product that you can potentially buy from them and see what other ones, like for instance, like this one right here, right? You got the orange one here, you can sell that as well, okay? So guys, I'm just giving you ideas on how you can start doing this based on your specific category, and you know, you don't have to follow the pet category right off the bat. Guys, I want to give you another example to just hammer this in home. So let's go ahead and use video game distributors, wholesale in New Jersey, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, guys, so I just typed in video game distributors, wholesale in New Jersey. So you can see a bunch of them pop up. So you're gonna wanna open one of these here and try to open up an account, right? So let's go ahead and be specific as well. Let's type in Miami here, okay? So let's go ahead and see what they have. All right, I mean, they have a bunch here. What you want to avoid is, by the way, sponsored. You know, you want to avoid that, right? Like they don't need to sponsor. But right here, distributor, roller games, okay? So again, same thing with this one. You're probably gonna want to create an account, open up an account with them in order to see the pricing. Okay, you can't really see the pricing here, but you can see they have, you know, these games available for you. If you buy, you know, 1 to 6 quantity, right, this is going to be your price. But of course, we are talking about wholesale, purchasing in bulk, which you're going to get the majority of the savings. So potentially if you purchase 24 plus units, you can get that price a lot lower than, you know, buying less quantity. So like when you go to convenience store to buy milk, it's like $7, right? But if you go to like Costco, it might be $4 or $3. I don't know, inflation is going crazy now, but you get the idea there. By purchasing more, you can get it cheaper. Guys, I want to share what it's going to look like once you receive the inventory list or catalog from the distributor. So I'm here like working with shoes. As I mentioned, I know sports. So you can see I have some on running shoes here. This is from a distributor. So you can see they have the SKU, the name of it, image, which is nice, the gender and quantity. These are the sizes above here. So for instance, like on size 7, there's 6, or let's use this here. 6 for this image here, Cloud 5, based on that number, okay? And the retail price is, you know, the MSRP, and this is the price right here you would pay. So you can see the huge discount right there. If you are buying it wholesale and stuff, of course, you can always work with them. So this one looks like a lot of stock here, right? Like 30 in, what is this, size 8. Let me go ahead and just lock this for you guys real quick. Okay, so now, right here, this one has a lot of stock, a lot of 9 in this color right here, right? Selling it for $91.68, retailing for $184. So you can see, I mean, there's a lot of room for profit here. So guys, this is what it looks like once you open up an account and have access to the brand product catalog. Part 3 here is all about scaling your business. So my advice and tip here, once you get the ball rolling, you got a few orders, you open up a bunch of accounts, is to reinvest your profits. Yes, this can sound boring. It's so much easier to, go ahead and blow that money off. Yes, you work hard. Let's go ahead and spend that money, right? Like, that is one side of it. But the smarter side, as everyone would, recommend, is to reinvest that money for further growth, because that's how you can really scale your business. So that way it can lead you to better fulfillment. Another tip is to diversify your catalog in terms of what you're selling on Amazon. So if you are focused, for example, in selling shoes, maybe you can try selling into apparels, right? Like, so they're still kind of the same category of like sports, I guess, but you got your shoes, you got your apparel, maybe you can do like, equipments, right? Like if you're thinking about, like, let's pick a sport like basketball. So you have your, Jordans or LeBron James shoes, Kobe Bryant's, then you have your apparel, like, your Nike shirts, then maybe equipment, right? Like you have your basketball itself, the basketball pump, the sleeves, right? Like they use to shoot the ball, right? So yeah, you can really get creative in terms of that and kind of just stack what's parallel into like the niche you're looking for. Want to end on a bonus tips for you guys here in order to get better pricing with a distributor. From my experience, do not be afraid to negotiate, right? Like whether that's negotiate an MOQ. MOQ stands for minimum order quantity. A lot of these, wholesale suppliers are going to expect to have a high minimum order quantity, so that way they can have a big order. But again, don't be afraid to ask them for a small order, especially if you are new. You have the ability to be straightforward with them. Be like, hey, we're testing this brand, we haven't ordered from them, but if we do end up being successful, we can potentially put a bigger order, right? So, and of course, you could negotiate pricing if you are ordering a lot, right? Like you can always say, this is our, our purchase order for a 10% discount. Another one is, this is our purchase order if you can give us 20% discount. And this is our purchase order if you can give us 30% discount. So you're giving the distributor or wholesale 3 different options depending on the discount they're giving you. So the ball is pretty much on their court. So that is a great strategy they can use without really butting head in terms of, oh, I need a couple more percent of this one. Oh, I need a couple of percent. You're giving the option. Give the option to them and, put the ball in their court. Another one, think long-term when building these relationships. You don't want to just like, burn them after doing a purchase, right? That's not a good business. Think of it as like, like your friend or a partner. You want to stay with them for a long time because you're going to benefit more the longer you keep them. They know how you work. You can get along with them in terms of whether working with a credit, right? Like a credit in terms of you don't have to pay it off in 30 days. Maybe they extend it into 90 days or even longer, right? So those are called terms in terms of wholesale. So yeah, they can lend you a credit or a term longer than what it is normally, just because you built that relationship. Another one is you might have direct access to them. You might get informed way before other customers that they are receiving new products, right? Like you get the end with them. And guys, if you found value in this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to learn how to find wholesale distributors by using AI, check this video out right here. Thank you guys so much. Catch you later.